Record.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our little Plexus Health chat tonight. I am Amanda Sy. I am a Plexus ambassador. I've been with Plexus for about 5 years. This is my friend Megan. She is going to help us tonight. Megan and I have been friends for about 10 years. I joined Plexus about the time she joined Plexus, and the rest is history. She is going to share with us her story. She's going to talk to us about the products, and we'll go from there.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, welcome everyone. My name is Megan. I am a mom of 6 children, soon to be 7 in September. We have 5 boys and almost 2 girls, so we're excited about that. But my story starts probably about 7 years ago when we found out we had mold in our house. And so I went through a lot of doctors, trying to figure out what in the world was wrong with me, but ended up realizing that it was really issues that stemmed from mold toxicity. So I had developed a thyroid disease called Graves' disease. It's an autoimmune issue. I had gut health issues out the wazoo. I was sensitive to so much that I was eating, so it was really affecting my quality of life. I had crazy anxiety that was actually very physiologically related. I was happy in my marriage. I was happy in Jesus, like all that kind of stuff. And I was like, something is wrong with my body. And so I was basically very toxic. My hormones were all wacky. I was told, hey, you're not gonna have any more babies. There's just some weird, just really crazy symptoms going on. And so I was very skeptical, but I was introduced to Plexus around the same time that I started working with a naturopath who helped me really focus on root core health issues. So like what I was eating, which I had a healthy diet before, but we just overhauled it even more. So basically eating lean protein and vegetables, cutting out any sort of prepared processed sugar, all of that stuff. And so she helped me basically realize the value of supplementation. And she told me, she's like, Megan, unless you stay on a quality multivitamin, probiotic, and omega, your issues are going to end up coming back. And so she didn't necessarily know how to deal with mold toxicity, but she did know how to help with gut health. And gut health is the root of so much. It's basically the foundation of your immune system. And so basically about 18 months later, I had heard so many people just talking about Plexus. People approached me personally and they were like, Megan, you need to look at Plexus. But for whatever reason in my brain, I thought it was for diabetics and I thought it was for people that needed weight loss. And it was 2 things that I didn't at the time need, or at least I didn't think I needed it, because I was severely underweight, and also I didn't have high blood sugar. If anything, I had low blood sugars, which I've since found out that's really still blood sugar issues, right? Blood sugar imbalances. Too high or too low can make you feel really weird and really yucky, right? And I know for me personally, I choose to invest in supplements, and I have even prior, like long before I even worked with a naturopath, because I know how important it is to eat a healthy diet and that supplements are valuable and they're important. And so if it helps me to be 100%, 150% present and functional as a mom, like I don't like being a couch mom or too tired to be able to go play with my kids, right? And so anyways, long story short, I started Plexus 5 years ago, February 14th, Valentine's Day. And it's been such a blessing to my health. I was up to a certain point in my health, but it helps me basically kind of get over the hump, finish out the rest of the gut health issues that I was dealing with. I noticed an uptake in my mood and my energy right within the first week of using the pink drink, and I didn't realize how much my blood sugar was just like bobbling all the time. I was also postpartum with miracle baby number 5, and the postpartum phase is just stressful on your body, right? And I was starting to actually have milk supply issues, and so I'm like, oh, it must be Plexus. So I quit and realized the baby was severely tongue and lip tied. So I was like, okay, maybe it wasn't Plexus. So I got back on. It's funny how you get kind of like hyper focused or hypersensitive when you start some new products. And so I was like, oh my word. So anyways, I got back on. The cool thing, I will say, one of my benefits in my first year of using the products, which I don't always share this, but it boosted my milk supply like crazy. It always had milk supply issues basically after like month 4 or 5. And I was able to nurse the last 2 babies for well over a year. Well, the last baby, almost 18 months, which was like unheard of for me. But it went back to like my body got healthier. My hormones were better balanced. And so all that to say, I started to see so many different valuable things happening in my health. And it wasn't an overnight fix. I always tell people, I was someone that started and I was very sick. For 2 years, I worked on my diet and just core health, right? Before I ever started Plexus. And then after I started Plexus, it was still some months of, letting my body get back to normal. Right. And so I always encourage people that, this is not a magic pill. Plexus is, designed to help your body heal and to function the way God intended it to, but we have to be consistent and we have to give it time and not be too impatient, right? Because a lot of us have dealt with issues maybe for even years or decades. And so it can take some time for the body to reset. But I will say that my husband, very skeptically, but he was always kind of a good, good-natured guinea pig for me. And so as long as I would hand him the supplements, he would take them. But he noticed, that he lost 20 pounds, in his first few months of using what I'm going to talk about here in a minute, which is the Triplex combo. He lost the arthritis that was in his hands. He stopped needing pots of coffee every day, and he did not have to stop on his way home from Champaign to take a nap before he got home. And so those were his big wins. Also, I will say he became regular for the first time, probably from his diet, probably from wonky sleep patterns and stress on the job didn't help in that area, but also, his dad had colon cancer at a young age. And so he's aware of like, I need to make sure my gut health is in tippy top shape and that I'm not irregular, either going too much or not enough. And so it's really regulated his bowels for him. And he's so thankful for that. I'll say, and one other thing really quick that we notice is that when we put our kids on the probiotic, which I'm going to talk about here in a sec, it's a Superman probiotic because it's not just sole probiotics, right? But it's basically it helps to repopulate the gut, but it also helps take out the things that shouldn't be in there. So there's 2 enzymes and an antifungal, and those actually break down Candida yeast in the body. And if you're familiar with how Candida affects your body, if you've ever heard of that, if you've researched leaky gut, or you've studied the gut brain connection, there is something to Candida overgrowth. If you're chronically craving sugar, you probably have an overgrowth of Candida, and so that's what Probio 5 addresses. But what we noticed with our 4-year-old is that his eczema completely vanished in a month. He took 1 Probio 5 every night, and his eczema went away, and he's 9 now, and he's never had eczema since. All that to say, our gut health matters, okay? What is there matters, but also what is not there also matters. And so there's a lot of science to back up all of that. So I'm actually going to turn it over to Amanda really quick, and she's going to share a couple of things that she's noticed about how the products have helped her and blessed her health the past few years.
Yes, so I started the products about 5 years ago, about the same time that Megan started. She brought me into the fold with her. I started back then at that time because I have always had skin issues. I have a serious patch of dermatitis on the back of my scalp that I have had since I was about 19 years old, and I've not been able to get rid of it. I still have it, but it is much, much smaller area now than it used to be. So between that and hoping maybe I could lose some weight, that was the whole reason why I started to begin with. I've kind of been on and off with consistency. That's been a hard thing for me. I decided last summer that I was going to be ultra consistent and I was not going to fall off the bandwagon this time. I was going to stay on it no matter what. I was dealing with the loss of my father, and I had stress ate for a long time after that, and I was unhappy with the way I looked. I was unhappy with the way I felt, and I just needed a change. So in pops Megan. She asked for an accountability partner for exercise. We started exercising together, and I decided I was going to go all in and stay consistent this time, and I was not going to stop. And 10 months later, here I am. I I feel better than ever. Taking the products has really helped regulate my mood, and I needed that so desperately when I was dealing with the loss of my dad. I have also struggled with, I developed perioral dermatitis on my face shortly after I started the products last summer, out of the blue. And it took a while for me to notice change, but once I started consistently using the collagen and the serums on my face, I finally, after 3 months of consistent use, I had a major clearing. I'm about 80% clear at this point. I'm still healing, but it it's working. Something is finally working in that regard, and I am so, so grateful and thankful for that. My skin is so like supple. It's awesome. I've always had dry skin, like super dry skin all over my whole body, and then I've had the patches of dermatitis, and I do not have the dry, like the all over kind of crocodile, alligator type. Yeah, I don't have that anymore either. So it's little things.
Yeah, the little things over time add up, and sometimes you don't even realize you've been living with a particular health issue until you don't feel it anymore, or you notice that it's gone. Like, oh, I actually didn't realize how horrible I felt. So, anyways, I'm going to go over quickly a couple of the products. I will say that Plexus has a very simple product lineup, but I'm going to just group it into 3 categories. I'm kind of a simplistic thinker, and I'm a visual. So I wish I had some graphics to show you, but the internet's a little wonky tonight, so I'm not going to show you the graphics, but I'll show you the products. So basically, the 3 categories are gut health, skincare, and natural healthy weight loss. And so I'm going to just start with my favorite combo because it's what I started on. It's what Amanda started with also, and what we pretty much recommend everyone starts on. I'm actually going to go over the wholesale option, which is pretty much how I start everyone on the products, because you get a choice of starter packs. So you basically get more bang for your buck, and you get the cheapest pricing. So it's a big discount off of retail, and there's a lot of perks to it that I'm going to go over in a minute. But I will say I'm just going to talk about the starter packs that are the most simplistic. There are some bigger bulk packs, which I actually highly recommend, and that's what I usually start people on. But the cool thing about this particular combo is it's the root and kind of the core or foundation of most of the larger bulk packs. And that's because Plexus really focuses on gut health. Restoring the gut microbiome is a huge focus because that's the core of pretty much everything. It's the core of skincare, is good skin health. It's the core of your immune system. And it's also the clicker behind natural sustained weight loss. If your gut is full of candida, if you are constipated and full of poop, you will not be losing the weight like you can if you get your gut healthy and get candida cleaned out of there, and you're not craving the sugar and the foods that we shouldn't be craving, right? And so that's the cool thing about this combo, is that it's the cornerstone of so many of the product combos that we have. So this is Plexus Slim. It was actually it wasn't their first product, it was the second product. Plexus actually started out as a breast health company, ironically. And anyways, this came out in 2009, and it was originally designed for type 2 diabetics. And what they noticed is that everyone that was in the test group lost weight. So then it started to be marketed as a weight loss product. But what I will say is, it's not going to make you lose weight if you do not need to lose weight. I refer to it more as a body balancer, and I call it the pink drink, because for me personally, I didn't start Plexus to lose weight. I used it because I needed good gut health. And so what the pink drink does, it is basically a blood sugar balancer. And so if you know anything about blood sugar, you know that insulin is your master hormone. And so basically when you start to regulate that, it starts to have a beneficial effect on all your hormones, okay? And it basically creates insulin sensitivity instead of, what is that called? Insulin resistance, okay? So basically your body comes into better harmony with itself when the hormones can kind of like talk to each other. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's pink because of beetroot. It's sweetened with stevia, so it's not going to jack your blood sugars or give you a crash or anything like that. It actually helps mood and helps you basically sustain your energy longer. So it's a once a day drink supplement. You can mix it into an 8-ounce bottle of water, or you can mix it into a bigger thing with ice, right? Shake it up, drink it down. You can, if you're wanting weight loss, I would actually take it, 15 minutes before your biggest meal. If you are someone that's super sensitive, I would actually drink it with your meal, at least to begin with, or even to do a smaller amount of it while you work on your gut health, getting healthy, okay? The other two components of the triplex are the gut health products, okay? This actually does have a prebiotic blend in it. Prebiotics nourish and feed the good gut bacteria in your large and small intestine. I just dropped it. Probio 5 is our Superman probiotic, and it actually is like the scrubber. So it helps get the nasty stuff out, replenishes and repopulates with the good gut bacteria strains, and then the BioCleanse is like the sweeper, okay? This is not a harsh laxative or anything like that. It's safe for pregnant moms, and the cool thing about it is it's basically magnesium buffered with vitamin C, and it's a cool combo, okay? So you can look up some sciencey ingredients on it, but I will say that I take 4 of these every night, otherwise I get horrible Charlie horses. And so if you have restless legs or anything like that, magnesium is super duper important. Okay, I'm not going to touch a whole lot on this because we just did an event about it. So if you are intrigued or interested in Plexus's skincare, we have Joyome serums, which is an AM and PM serum, great for your skin. It's clinically proven. The ingredient lineup is super clean and actually adheres to European standards, which are a lot more strict than United States. And then the collagen, and I've taken collagen for years. It's great because basically as we age, our bodies aren't producing collagen like they, as much as they do when we're younger, right? And so this is a great source of a couple different kinds of collagen. There's also a superfood blend in here. So I was very excited when Plexus came out with their collagen because I like collagen and I use it every day. It's tasteless and you can just drink it in, you can mix it into any drink or your coffee or whatever. It's super simple to take. The other combination I'm going to talk about really quick, the other focus that Plexus has is natural healthy weight loss. And so I love this combo. This combo actually comes with the triplex as well, the gut health component to make a bigger bulk pack. But I'm just going to focus on this really quick. So there is, again, the Slim, but this is a blood sugar balancer for weight loss. It's the same Slim drink in the sense that it still helps to regulate blood sugar, but it's a little bit different because it has extra fiber added, okay? There is a blood orange flavor instead of watermelon flavor also. I actually drink both, they're delicious. And so that is part of the the weight loss combo, coupled with the lean shakes. These are delicious. It's just a protein powder that doesn't, jack blood sugar. It's very simple to use. You can mix it into your coconut milk or your almond milk. You can actually add your collagen. You can blend it with ice if you want. It's just as good in a shaker bottle with, your choice of milk. So the cool thing also is that Plexus has an energy drink. I hate to even call it that because it's so much more than that. I actually drink it for adrenal benefits and for the anti-inflammatory ingredients. But I actually love to mix the active with either of the Slim drinks. And it's my treat every day. I call it my mom fuel. But if you want more sciencey details on any of these products, you can go to YouTube and basically look up anything you want and get the full lowdown from people that are a lot more sciencey and a little bit more medically minded than me. But I'm just a crunchy mom that loves to learn about stuff. I love to help people get healthy, and I love to see people hit their health goals, whether that's, in the form of, hey, I want better skincare, or hey, I need to really work on my gut health, or you know what, I got to lose some weight. So whatever your health goals are, you have really found something in these products, and I'm so thankful that you had a friend that invited you here, or maybe that you're going to listen to the replay, because the products have really blessed my health, and I've seen them literally impact thousands of people's lives that are on my team. And so it's very exciting to me. Okay, I'm going to talk really quickly about the wholesale option. So I covered this a little bit, but basically it's between 20 and 50% off of the retail price. So you're getting a better deal. There are no fees, no, crazy, things that you have to abide by. There is a yearly website fee. Normally it's $40. This month it's only $9.95. That gets you access to wholesale prices for a year. It's kind of like a Sam's Club membership. So that's all it is. It's super simple. You don't have to sign up for regular auto ships if you do not want to. I will say that I do recommend that you stay consistent and keep the products coming to you for at least 60 days, if not 90 days, because the longer you allow yourself to be consistent, the better results you're going to see, right? And Plexus has set it up so there's perks for consistency. So as long as you keep your auto ship set, you will start to accrue these special perks, which gives you credit for free products. So that's an added side benefit. And you can also make money off of your own orders. This is how I started. I started as a wholesale customer because I knew that I was going to put my hubby and my kids on the product. So I was like, I might as well make commission off my own order. It makes perfect sense to me. I will say that you do not have to sell anything. You do not have to tell anyone you take Plexus with this particular way of purchasing. So just know that you don't have to do that. So I will say that there are the $99 starting packs. That's kind of what I went over just a minute ago. There's also the bigger bulk packs, like for example, the Triplex combo combined with the weight loss products, right? Or you can combine that with the skincare products. So the bulk packs you're getting a lot more bang for your buck. It gives you a more comprehensive view of Plexus. You're going to try different things, see what you love. So just know that that's actually what I recommend to everyone, and what I pretty much start 100% of people on are those bigger bulk packs. They didn't have when I was starting, so I think they're brilliant combos. And so, okay, I think I talked about the little $9.95 joining fee instead of it being $40. There's also a 10% off promo code. So if you have not started yet and you're like, oh my word, I need to start, just know that there's some special deals going on. Now, as you've been listening tonight, you may have realized that, oh my goodness, I need these products. So I just want to ask that you guys kind of categorize yourself depending on, as you've listened, where you feel like you fall. So the first category would be like, oh my goodness, I need these products. The second category would be, oh my goodness, I need these products and I would totally share it with a couple of my friends. And then the third category is like, hey, the products look great, but hey, tell me more about the opportunity, because, I'm someone that loves to help people. Maybe, you're someone that's already in a health and wellness, or you're saying, hey, my business has been totally affected by what's been going on right now with all the COVID stuff. And I would love to create another stream of income and work this like a business. So whatever category you fall into, we want to help serve you in whatever capacity that we can based on your particular health and financial goals. So I always recommend that people just grab 3 friends to do this with. That way, number 1, you're not alone. Number 2, you have accountability. And number 3, you don't have to budget for your products because they get paid for, essentially, because you helped a couple friends get started and you can help them do the same thing. And so you start to see how quickly the residual income and blessing part of that can happen. And so the cool thing is Plexus has put out this stimulus package. Their goal is to help 10,000 families make an extra $600. And so I know that I think there's 4,000 people now that have earned this sweet little stimulus by helping 3 friends get started. And so if you're really thinking, oh my goodness, $300 to $500 could totally bless my family, it would mean XYZ for us to be able to have that extra cash this month. So if that's you, I would just encourage you to talk to some friends, and we could host a little Zoom like this or a little Facebook event just to help you share with the people that you love and help them get started. And one thing that I just remind people is right now, a lot of people are looking for wellness solutions. A lot of people are, considering financially, how their financial house is, right? And so Plexus has such a perfect blend of so much, and it's there if you want it. It's, that you have basically a business and an opportunity in your back pocket if you so choose to utilize that. And I will just say, for me personally, I only started for products 5 years ago. I just was like, I got to get myself healthy. And my circle was very small because I was like just focused on, I got to get healthy. Right. But then as I started to feel better, I was realizing like, wow, my kids need this. My husband needs this. And like, I know so many people that have IBS, blood sugar problems, you know, inflammatory, autoimmune type issues. How can I not share with them? You know, so that's the sweet thing about this is it can be exactly what you want it to be. And I just would encourage you to get started and not wait almost 2 years like I did to go ahead and say yes to the products because they literally can transform your quality of life. And so I know so many people that are not living in chronic pain anymore that are free from whatever pain point you know there was in their life prior to Plexus. And so I would just encourage you guys, if you have particular questions, to post them in the comments and we will address those. And we could actually, I'll probably stop recording right now, but we will go ahead and field some questions if some of you have some. And thank you guys. For those of you who are watching the recording, please go back to the sweet friend that invited you and they can help you get your questions answered.